Karnataka has erupted over some Muslim girl students insisting they will wear a hijab despite a government school order saying uniformity in school uniform. Hindu students today came out wearing saffron scarves. Events took an ugly turn when a group of youth wearing saffron scarves heckled a Muslim girl wearing an abaya and a head cover. Now, the matter is now in High Court. Educational institutions have been shut down for the next 3 days to bring down soaring political temperatures.
Pelting, lathi-charge, heckling. The saffron shawls versus hijab showdown in Karnataka has peaked. Things have taken an ugly and polarized turn in Karnataka's college campuses. In Udupi, hundreds of students stood at the gates of the MGM college, some in hijabs, some in saffron.
These boys have also started wearing the shawl, and they say that if this not prevented, if the hijab was not removed, we will continue wearing the shawl from tomorrow, and this will be our uniform further.
Hijab, this is not a piece of cloth. For them it is like a piece of, but this is something else. We cannot just give up.
Because of these students, what they are creating a nuisance over here, we are not able to attend our regular classes. Because of them, we are having the leave now.
The college administration had no option but to close down the school till further notice.
Management decision ತಗೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ವಿನಂತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಸಾಕು, ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು.
The communal fire has now spread across Karnataka, with protests and counter-protests disrupting classes in the state. In one such video, watch how a girl was heckled by boys wearing saffron as she made her way into her college. They scream Jai Shri Ram. She gives it back, screaming Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! They started giving slogans like Jai Shri Ram, and they were telling me to remove burqa, then you are allowed to go for college and all. So even I started screaming Allahu Akbar. So I was a little bit scared there, and then when I saw the principals, everyone was just back of me, then I was okay. We must allow to wear this. Everyone know from long years we are carrying this. None of us has the right to say us to remove this, to not to take any action, just to tell them to not to repeat this again.
With tension peaking, opposition leaders are now demanding that colleges be shut down till this controversy dies down.
ಕಾನೂನು ಸುವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ವಿಚಾರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕೂಡಲೇ PUC ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಪದವಿ ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
The coastal district of Karnataka has seen unprecedented shutdown over the hijab controversy, and the college campuses have become completely polarized, with the students now taking side. Even the administration has made it very clear that they will not budge under the uniform code. Shija, India Today, Udupi.
On India First, we'll get you all sides of the story. Were girls always wearing a hijab? Is there merit in the criticism that hijab suddenly, at least here, emerged in December 2021, as some students have argued? And one of the students now joins me on the broadcast. Ma'am, why were you protesting against the hijab at the PU today?
We are protesting because it is against the uniformity. It is against the rule of the college. We are asking for the equality. That's it. Inside the college, there is a certain rules. We have to abide by it. So hijab is not in the rule book, so it is not allowed. That is why we are protesting against it. If hijab is allowed, we will also come tomorrow again telling that saffron shawl is my religion. I will also come wearing it. What will be wrong in it? If they can wear hijab, even I can follow my religion inside the campus.
No, but when so many people turn up in school or at pre-university wearing these saffron scarves, and some people turn up wearing hijab, what is the message that is being sent out? For example, what's the message that you are sending out by wearing these saffron scarves to school or to PU?
We are asking for equality. Everyone should follow the same thing. Inside the campus, everyone are equal. We don't want any differences like, oh, they're Muslim, oh, they're Hindu. We don't want that bifurcation in it. So there should be see, the main point of uniform is that everyone should be equal, irrespective of whether they are a girl, boy, rich, poor, religion, whatever religion, we don't care. We are equal inside the campus. Everyone are equal. Everyone are coming here to study. So that is the main point.
Okay. For joining me here, many thanks. So you're saying that if you're coming to school or to pre-university, you're coming there for education, everyone should assimilate, everyone should be together. Why do some want to stand out? What are the origins of this controversy? Were Muslim girl students here always wearing a hijab at this government pre-university, or is there merit that this is a politically created controversy? Is there merit that the student wing of a radical organization actually got these hijabs and it started only some time back and wasn't there initially? Now, be that as it may, why should a Muslim girl student be heckled for wearing a hijab and an abaya in school? And we'll show you those images, those shocking images where a group of youth wearing saffron scarves almost gang up. I mean, look at that girl when all of them are shouting Jai Shri Ram, and then she shouts back Allahu Akbar. Let me bring into this conversation Zeenat Shaukat Ali. Zeenat Shaukat Ali is the founder, Director General of the World Institute of Islamic Studies. Saira Shah Halim is a women's rights activist. Ambar Zaidi is a social activist, and Shaista Ambar is the president of the All India Muslim Women Personal Law Board. And Shaista Ambar, मैं आप ही से सबसे पहले पूछना चाहता हूं, क्या इस्लाम में हिजाब जरूरी है?
देखिए, हिजाब जरूरी नहीं है, ये चॉइस पर है कि आपको अगर कुरान पाक में हिजाब का कहा गया है कि आप अपने को ओढ़ ढाक करके रखें, तो उसको वो फॉलो कर रही हैं। लेकिन इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि उसको आपने फर्ज कर लिया। अगर आप सब और शालीन ड्रेस में हैं और अगर स्कूल में भी नियम है ऐसा, तो कि आप ऐसे ही जैसे स्कूल की ड्रेस है आप उसमें ही आए, तो फिर ठीक है। नहीं, अगर आपको चॉइस है तो आप अपना एडमिशन मत कराएं। लेकिन इस्लाम में हिजाब को लफ्ज ये कहा है कि आप अपने को सब और शालीन ड्रेस में ड्रेसअप रहे।
तो आप कह रही हैं कि हिजाब
की कहीं से वल्गैरिटी हो,
ठीक
तो
है,
इसको
मतलब अगर हिजाब नहीं पहना तो वल्गैरिटी है, आप ये कह रही हैं। सायरा शाह हलीम, यू एग्री विद दिस? मतलब अब लिबरल वुमेन फ्रीडम ऑफ चॉइस के नाम पर हिजाब को डिफेंड करेंगी?
नहीं, मेरी बात समझिए। मैं ये कहना चाह रही हूँ कि जो हिजाब पहन रहा है वो पहने, लेकिन अगर स्कूल के लॉ हैं, अगर स्कूल के कोई उनके रूल बने हैं, तो वो आप उस रूल को फॉलो करिए। हमारे हिंदुस्तान के संविधान में आजादी है, हमारी फ्रीडम को, हमको आजादी और हक दिया गया है कि वो अपने रिलीजियस ड्रेस कोड पहन सके, हम अपने संस्कार कर सके। लेकिन अगर स्कूल में आप एडमिशन कर रहे हैं,
कोई हिजाब पहन कर आए, कोई घूंघट पहनकर घूंघट ओढ़ कर आए, तो मतलब फिर
ऐसा नहीं है।
नहीं तो अच्छा, हिजाब हो सकता है, घूंघट नहीं हो सकता, आप ये बोल रही हैं?
नहीं, ये नहीं है। आप अगर उस इंस्टीट्यूशन के उसूल है, उनके लॉ हैं कि आप इस तरह ना आए, तो आप न जाए। आप अपने जो स्कूल के लॉ हैं, कॉलेज के लॉ है, कॉलेज का रूल है, तो आप उसको रूल को फॉलो करिए। अगर आप उसको फॉलो नहीं कर रही है तो आप अपने चॉइस में जहां आपको एडमिशन पसंद हो, आप वहां आप अपनी चॉइस करिए। एजुकेशन मस्ट है, आप एजुकेशन अपनी पूरी कीजिए।
ठीक है। सायरा शाह हलीम,
अगर रूल है,
isn't this
अगर आपने उसको फॉलो किया,
you know, women in Afghanistan are taking off the hijab and they're fighting the Taliban. Women in Iran are resisting the ayatollahs and they are taking off the hijab. But in India, liberal women are defending the hijab.
See, here, Gaurav, firstly, good evening. Here, it's about choice, it's about agency, and I completely abhor what is happening in Afghanistan, where women do not have free will. The Taliban has imposed the parda, has imposed the veil, has imposed women, in the sidelines, and that is so tragic and unfortunate. Now, here, contrary to what is happening in Afghanistan, some girls feel
Okay.
a scarf over the head, so be it so. So why should you deny them the right of education? In a democracy, we do not slam the gates, on our Muslim sisters, especially if they want to study, because we know that getting educated itself, especially in the Muslim community, becomes a huge challenge. And are you going to deny them education just because they insist they want to wear the hijab or a headscarf? In fact, we should encourage women to come and study despite their marital status, even if they're wearing sindoor, or whether their families impose
because all
the hijab, or they do it out of free
I'm
will.
just surprised. This liberal samaj that considers sindoor regressive, that considers karwa chauth regressive, that considers Raksha Bandhan regressive, hijab, burqa, abaya, everything is okay. That is freedom of choice.
None of it is regressive, Gaurav. No. None of it is regressive. The sindoor is not regressive.
Okay.
Okay. The Raksha Bandhan is not regressive. Here we are talking about free will, choice, and agency.
Okay.
So today nobody can shame a person just because she chooses to wear the sindoor and come to attend college, and no one has a right to catcall, to hound a lone woman just because she's in the parking lot and she's come to attend her classes. These people like a pack of wolves. And the evidence is so incriminating. It is out there for everyone to see how these people were so well organized. They are wearing completely matched these saffron scarves. And it is very clear that they have come in with a political motive. Sure. Elections are around the corner, and you see a particular political party enjoys dabbling in communalism, which is very, very unfortunate.
A particular political party, or it depends on who's doing minority appeasement and who's doing majority appeasement, who's doing Jai Shri Ram, who's doing Allahu Akbar. Is this the society, Zeenat Shaukat Ali, that we are becoming? Is hijab regressive, or is hijab, Zeenat Shaukat Ali, about freedom of choice or freedom to practice religion?
I have my own views on this subject, but first I'd like to say that there's an ideological spectrum which has encompassed a large range and dimensions of subjects, which is directly feeding into debates which are talking about preservation of culture, which are speaking of role of religion, which are speaking of national identity, or to making a political statement, and to gender equality. Now, this is all spread across this word called hijab and the way women are coming. Now, there is no objection to women wearing hijab outside. They go shopping, they go traveling, they want to go here, there, they can wear whatever they want. That is the Constitution of India. We are talking about a uniformity and a uniform which should be maintained in a particular school. You can come to the school with the hijab, no problem. But when you enter the class, there has to be uniformity. And so what is the problem there? I do not think that there should be any kind of a debate on it, but there is a patriarchal mindset which has gone on to tell Muslim women that hijab is integral to Islam, and that hijab means that if you don't cover, it is a part of your faraiz. There are only 5 pillars of Islam and 5 faraizes. And the word hijab is used in the Quran 6 times, and it is used in a very different context. The word that is translated in Arabic lexicons goes to show that it is like a partition, like a curtain, like a distance.
It's very interesting that you say that wearing a hijab is okay, but when you come to school, you remove it. Shaista Ambar ji, before I bring in Ambar Zaidi, I want to understand. Shaista Ambar ji, आप हिजाब पहन कर आइए, लेकिन जैसे ही आप स्कूल के दरवाजे के अंदर घुसे, तब आप एक छात्र बन जाते हैं, और तब बाकी छात्र छात्राओं की तरह आप हिजाब उतारिए और पढ़िए, या कहीं और पढ़िए जैसा नियम है. क्या ये सही है? फिर
देखिए, ऐसा है कि मैं फिर वही बात अपनी कहूंगी कि आप हिजाब इतना जरूरी नहीं है, एजुकेशन बहुत जरूरी है. और स्कूल में जो भी ड्रेस होती है, स्कूल के या कॉलेज के जो भी ड्रेस होती है, वो सब और शालीन तरीके से होती है। आप अपनी तालीम पर भी को भी ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी दिए और सिर्फ हिजाब और बुर्का या नकाब इतना ज्यादा हावी भी ना कर ले कि दूसरे को कंफर्टेबल ना हो, कंफर्टेबल ना हो
नहीं, बड़ी बात आपने की और बहुत सही बात आपने की कि तालीम ज्यादा जरूरी है, शिक्षा ज्यादा जरूरी है, एजुकेशन इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट. Ambar Zaidi, are young Muslim women being encouraged to wear a hijab? You know, the comparison, look at what is happening in Afghanistan, look at what is happening in Iran. Women are fighting to take off the hijab, and do you find what is happening in Karnataka rather strange?
Absolutely, Gaurav. It is strange, it is dangerous, and it's deadly that it's happening in our country. India is a secular democratic republic, and secular brigade is supporting this. And we have been seeing that this hijab law is getting political support. And this is the irony of our country. We are living in a democratic republic, and I understand that India gives Muslim women the right to wear hijab, burqa, and Hindu men to chant Jai Shri Ram. But when you wear your religion in educational institute, you are turning that educational institutions into a battleground and battleground of faith. You are alienating yourself by wearing hijab, and you are demanding. I've been hearing the girl in the beginning that she was talking about the uniformity and equality. Equality means above religion, and secularism means without religion. It doesn't mean that you are embracing all the religion, and equality is not secularism. Like equally, you embrace all the religion.
Saira, respond to Amber.
Shah Halim is supporting the hijab, and she's
No, one second. I'm
that
not supporting hijab. I'm supporting free will. Excuse me. One second. Can I come in? I'm not supporting hijab by any order. I'm supporting free will and agency.
I've been called.
No,
Can I
but
come in?
my point
my turn
is,
to talk. I think I was
would
asked a
Muslim mothers encourage their daughters to wear hijab and burqa in the times to come when they go to school?
See, firstly, Gaurav, Islam is not a monolithic religion. Nobody in my family.
Okay, one by one. Only Amber and Saira. Yes.
Yeah, so can I
first
come in?
Saira,
So
then
see-
Amber. Yes.
See, nobody in my family follows hijab, whether it's my 84-year-old mother-in-law or whether it's my mother who's in her 60s, okay, or whether it's my older sister or any of my cousins. Nobody follows hijab, nor will I ever, let my daughters do, because my daughters are free birds. They go for the gymnastics, they play tennis, they play golf, and they are free individuals. Now I want to iterate here. I am for progress. I am for education. Education is far more important. You know that it is very challenging. Forget Muslim girls. It's very challenging for a normal girl in India who
Okay.
comes from the slums.
But let
or
me
who
take
comes from
this
villages
to
get-
Shaista
get
Amber.
educated.
Okay, Amber wants to respond. Amber wants to respond. I want to stay on the issue of hijab and Muslim women for the duration of this debate.
And they have been
Amber wants to
told that
respond.
it's an integral part of Islam.
Okay,
It's compulsory.
Saira versus Amber. Amber wants to respond.
Modesty, that is the argument.
Okay, Amber, quickly respond, ma'am.
See, Gaurav, that's what I am trying to prove here. That's what my point is. That think about the Muslim women, Muslim girls who comes from such background where this mindset is being promoted that if you don't wear burqa, you are not good enough. You are not a pious woman. You'll go to hell. Or you are not Jannati, and you are
That
being
is not the
compared
question.
with,
Why should that be
with
question?
some ugly things, and you are being called on social media every day. You have been threatened for not wearing burqa. So we need to support them. We need to support them.
the
We don't need to
hoodlums.
support
You
them.
support the hoodlums who were hounding this lone girl. Do you support these hoodlums?
Okay. Okay,
Do you
no,
support the hoodlums
that's
who
not the
were-
debate.
who were
Hold on,
catcalling
Saira.
and who were
Okay, okay,
killing
Saira.
this young girl?
The young
not
girl
advocating
has
for, Saira.
the young girl. No, hold on. Is the young girl right in wearing a burqa to school? Is that what the uniform of that school is, Saira? If
No, that is
if you're
not
not
the
encouraging
uniform
that
of
for
the
your
school.
young girl,
No,
if it's not right for your young girl, how is
Where
it
is
right
the
for
uniformity?
other Muslim girls?
Should come in.
Where is the uniformity?
Should I come in?
Yes,
See,
Saira.
now tell me now, Gaurav. Okay, now when guidelines are decided, a varsity, a government institution, or whether it's a private institution, puts it down in the diary in the beginning of the academic year, not 2 months prior to the exams. So obviously, it stinks of a political motive, and already a political party is in top gear for canvassing for the next election. Because how else do you
girls
explain
started
these complete hoodlums who
Let me get
are
Zeenat
clearly
Shaukat Ali also.
outsiders
Zeenat Shaukat Ali,
who are heckling a
you know,
lone woman like a pack of wolves.
so we want some
do
women,
not support
some
such
women
people
don't,
who are
they don't want their
No,
children to
you
wear a
don't- you don't
burqa,
get-
but they want other women to wear a hijab. Does
look
this
as if
sound
you
a little
support the
strange to you?
Muslims.
Does this sound strange to you, Zeenat Shaukat Ali?
Yeah, you see, what I'm saying is that, forcing the well-meaning voices of modernity and liberalism to defend the regressive practices of wearing these kind of, burqas in school, and making women invisible is something that I cannot support. I think that, you can do anything outside the school gate, but not inside the school. And, this cannot become a bruising Shabanu moment, because you have come to a point when you are trying to make people understand that Islam does not it is not mandatory in Islam. And you have people like, the Grand Sheikh of Saudi Arabia, Imam Abdullah ibn Mutlaq saying that you dress decently. Islam says you dress decently.
Exactly. Everybody
Cover yourself.
covering
To guard your
themselves.
modesty. But to say that it acquires these kind of dimensions, which enforce young girls to not go to school without it, is something that, it's for me, it is like bruising the Shabanu moment.
You're saying it's another Shabanu moment, and perhaps, those who say they are liberal, they really need to see and they really need to pick their battles. Who are they fighting for? What is the cause that they're fighting for? शाइस्ता अंबर, मेरे पास आखिरी 30 सेकंड है. क्या वो जो लड़की मेरे साथ शो पर थी वो कह रही है कि वो हिजाब पहनकर आती हैं, उसको लेकर बवाल होता है, इससे अच्छा हमारी शिक्षा ही नहीं हो रही है. अगर उन्हें हिजाब पहनना है तो वहां जाएं जहां हिजाब अलाउड है, सरकारी स्कूल में हमें पढ़ने दें.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि जो आज कुछ हुआ वो हमारे देश की तस्वीर नहीं थी. बच्चों को पढ़ने के लिए ज्यादा अहमियत देनी चाहिए थी, ना कि ये कलर को लेकर के इतना, हिजाब को लेकर, सैफ्रॉन को लेकर के पूरे देश और पूरी दुनिया में जो ये शर्मनाक हादसा हुआ है, इसके लिए मुझे बहुत दुख है. और दूसरे ये कि बच्चों के बीच में ये कैसे पैदा हो रही है बात कि मैं सैफ्रॉन में हूँ और मैं हिजाब में हूँ और मैं ही सही हूँ और वो कह रहे हैं कि मैं भी सही हूँ. बच्चों को ये किसने प्रोवोक किया?
बहुत बड़ी बात आपने की, बिल्कुल सही आपने बात की. एंड दिस इज वाई,
ये
बहुत सही आपने कहा,
ये बच्चों को राजनीति में धकेला गया है. बच्चों को पढ़ाई और शिक्षा की अहमियत से दूर किया गया है.
That is the point. Do not
very important point being made by the 4 ladies on my broadcast, that this is very important for Basavaraj Bommai government. Identify who are the perpetrators, identify them, prosecute them and jail them, those who are trying to divide our society. To all my guests, many thanks for joining me. A quick break. India Today Business Roundtable coming up on the other side of a quick break. Stay with us.